because, well, why not? Why not be excited? There's a lot to be excited for. And I know right now we might be, in the pandemic, or you're quarantined, or depending on when you're watching this, if you're here live, that's what we're going through right now. But I do believe that we can find a positive to all of this, or anything that comes our way. And today I am excited because I'm going to share with you a story as well of something that happened that was it was awesome, but it was just crazy on how it happened, and also how it relates to this topic today, and just how things sometimes just happen. So I wanted to, again, just give you guys a few minutes to come on. I know that sometimes Facebook takes a little bit to get people notified, or YouTube. And I just wanted to say, first off, I want to thank everyone that has sent in or showed up here and have given me the feedback and the positive feedback on the Rock Your Brand podcast. So far, it has been amazing. So much support, so much great feedback, and just people being like, you know what, Scott, this is awesome. I love that you're sharing these times in your life that it's a pivot or it's a change, and it allows us to see it and also grow with you. So I'm just so glad that that you and anyone else that has commented is getting value from just kind of following along, because it is a journey, guys. We are on a journey. This isn't a get rich or a get the results overnight type of thing. We're always growing. We're always moving. We're always changing. We just need to listen to it. So wanted to say a quick few hellos here. Karen is in the house. What's up, Karen? Coffee in hand and plenty of sunshine here. I need some of that sunshine here, Karen. We don't have any today. It was supposed to be sunny. I think it might be sunny this afternoon, but hopefully going to be able to maybe do a round of golf tomorrow. They're actually opening up our golf course and you can walk, but they're spacing it like 15 minutes apart, and you can't go in the clubhouse, which is a good thing. You have to basically prepay, and then you just show up and you start golfing. And then you're spaced out 15 minutes apart. So I might be doing that tomorrow with my son. So looking forward to that. So anyway, Karen, I'm glad it's sunny where you are, and I'm glad you have that cup of coffee in hand. Justin, what's up from Australia? What's happening, my brother, from all the way across the pond? Nigel, good morning to you, my man. How are you doing? James, good morning. Beautiful here in Indiana, huh? Oh, that's good. Salama, hello. Daryl, what's up, my man? What's going on? Glad you could join us. Deborah, good morning to you as well. Mike Smiley in the house. Good morning, sir. Rebecca's in the house, of course. Good morning, Scott, or afternoon from Germany. Have I said that before, how awesome it is that we are actually hanging out and you're in Germany or Australia or California or Indiana? It doesn't matter. We're hanging out virtually together. How amazing is that? Crazy. Renee, what's up? Sunny here in PA. Yeah, so that's awesome. So guys, do me a quick favor. I want you guys in the comments. You guys have already been commenting, but I want you to put in there, what is one thing that what have you experienced? One thing from attending these coffee talks? Because this is let me look at my notes here. This is our 49th coffee talk. So we've gotten together 49 times. All right. You guys have heard me talk about being consistent, showing up, committing, right? That's what I'm doing here. And you are as well by showing up. So this is our 49th coffee talk. Kind of crazy how the time just flies. But hopefully you guys are getting value. So let me know in the comments, what is one thing that you feel that you are gaining from being part of our coffee talks? I just want to know, throwing it out there. Also wanted to give you a little glimpse on what we're going to talk about tomorrow. A recent test, and I'm going to give you the results, the one simple email subject line that always gets more opens and clicks. I'm going to share with you that tomorrow. All right, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. It's actually an email I sent out just the other day. And I used the subject line, which I've used in the past, and well, it worked really well. And I'm going to tell you why it worked well and when you should use a subject line like this. So I'll be sharing that with you tomorrow as well. All right. So I've got some stuff that I'm going to talk about here today. We're going to talk about the Carpenter. And you might be saying, Scott, what are you talking about? What do you mean the Carpenter? Well, there's a book that I've mentioned before that I'm reading, and this was recommended by my wife, who also recommended The Energy Bus by the same author, John Gordon, who's also going to be a featured guest on the podcast. So I'm interviewing him next Tuesday on the podcast. And, the other cool thing about these coffee talks, if you have any questions for any guests that I have on that are upcoming, I will ask you if you have any questions, and I will potentially ask those questions to the author or to the guest or the speaker. But this book right here, game changer. And look at that. It's pretty thin, not a long book. I did the audio book. My wife is reading it. Energy Bus, the same thing. And I'm trying to see here how many pages we're at. Maybe 150 pages. Okay. But I'm holding something in my hand right now that I am going to share with you that was just a crazy thing that happened to me. In this hand, I'm going to share with you and how it's going to be a constant reminder for you and me every single time that we want to either build our business, grow our business, or improve our life. This right here that I'm holding was something that came from this book. All right. So hang tight because I'm going to set it over here. Ooh, did you hear that? So I'm going to share that with you. It's just crazy how things happen. I actually took a picture of it this morning. I sent over to my buddy, Jimmy the Shark, who's also my video YouTube guy that's been posting and doing all of that stuff. So he read the book and loved it, and he agrees. But I'm going to be sharing with you guys what that is. So I'm just curious down here. Okay, cool. Yep, The Carpenter by John Gordon. Renee says. Ozone Man 03, good vibes, great inspiration. Love it. Lloyd, good morning, Scott from the UK. What's up, Lloyd? Glad to have you. Karen, how to drive traffic to website. Motivation and reminder of what I need to do in my brand. Love it. Mike, it's helpful to hear perspectives on others' businesses, challenges, how they're being solved, and recommendations from you on how you solve growing pains. Yeah, I love that. Information and inspiration. Daryl, more of realization that I need to be more consistent. Yep. Absolutely. Helene, what's up? Gets me active, gets me thinking about different aspects of brand building instead of just going through the motions, and gets me working out, doing my weights. That's good. Glad we're doing both. Justin, I learned that development, the right mindset is the key secret to building a successful brand. Yes, Jennifer. Hey, what's up, Jennifer? Routine and mentally ready to rock it the rest of the day. And I love it how you said rock it, because we're Rock Your Brand now, which is awesome. Let's see. Rebecca was feeling overwhelmed before, but being a regular on the Coffee Talks has been very upbuilding to just hang out with like-minded people and benefit from all the valuable knowledge you hand out. Awesome. Okay, cool. So let's get into it. All right. So I read the entire, actually, I listened to the entire book. I always get the hard copies. I always get a hard copy as a reminder. And I also do read these. I might read just sections of a book, and then I'll listen to the entire book. We're going to be taking a little mini vacation to our lake house, which is not rented out for 4 days. It was only 4 days this month. And so we're going to go there. We're going to spend a few days there. I'm going to bring a book like this and read it. Okay. Because I just want to dive back into a book that I haven't read in a while. Right. But this book right here, the thing I love about John Gordon and the books he writes, it's always about a character in the book or characters. And the lessons are woven into the story. That's what I love about it. So I'm going to give you the gist. Okay. And I'm going to break it down on why this is so powerful for you in business and in life. And I'm going to give you 3 words that are in the book that you should live by. Okay. And you should use in your business and you should use in your life. 3 words. And there's also an item that I have over there that I'm going to share with you that I wrote these 3 words on. Okay. And let me ask you this too. Has anybody read The Carpenter as of yet? Just curious. Has anyone read The Carpenter as of yet? Okay. So drop that in the comments while I'm going through this. So I'm not going to give all of the details of the book away, just because if you want to read it, you kind of want to, you don't want to spoil the, the book, but you'll get the idea, right? So the carpenter is really just a guy that is looked at as a carpenter, right? He's a guy that builds things. He builds cabinets, he builds desks and dressers and all of this stuff. But he doesn't have a marketing team. He doesn't have a marketing budget. What he does is he goes off of relationships. He goes off of word of mouth, and he always serves his people first. So there's a part in the book where, and I won't give away like the main character, why he was introduced to this guy. His name is Michael in the book. He's the lead guy. And the carpenter's name is Jay. And so basically they were introduced to each other in a very odd situation, or a bad situation, but he was led there for a reason. But what he taught him, and this is where it kind of comes into the lesson that I want to share with you, it always comes down to not necessarily having the best marketing, but having the best rapport or the best connection with your customers. Now, you might be saying, well, Scott, yeah, but we sell products. We talk about this a lot here on the Coffee Talks. There's more to your products. People are buying your products for a result, okay? They're buying the product because they want either satisfaction or they want to solve a problem. So there's always things inside of there that we can use to better serve our customer, right? Instead of just saying, you need to buy this product. This product is the one you need to buy because it's the best, right? This mixer right here, that mixes audio, right? It has levels that come in. I can mix them and all that stuff. But this actually produces the signal right now that's coming out to you. So this brand, Rode, probably pushes out content that talks about podcasters and how they can reach more people and impact more people. That's the right way to go, versus saying it's just got the best features and it's got the best, the best equipment, right? The equipment is just the product. What it delivers is the result, right? And so with the carpenter, what his whole thing was, he literally had a white business card, and it said the carpenter, and on the back it had his phone number. That was his business card. That was it. And the guy, the main guy, Michael, was looking at it. He's like, this is weird. Like, it's terrible marketing. Like, I could show this guy some marketing, right? And so he called the number, and he gets a voicemail. And it was Jay, and he said something like this. I don't know it verbatim, but he said something like this. He says, hey, sorry, I can't get your message or, take your message right now. I'm actually busy right now putting all of my love and attention into a project for one of my customers. If you need to get a hold of me, I don't return phone calls, but what I do is I go to lunch every single day at, this taco place for an hour. You can meet me there if you got any questions. And that was his marketing. So basically you would say, well, yeah, okay, so someone's really going to go that far over there and do that stuff. So in the book, and it might be a little bit far-fetched, but the idea is people go there, they meet him, they get to talk to him, and they find out that he's not necessarily just a carpenter. And he explains this. People understand what a carpenter is. They don't realize that I'm a craftsman, right? If I said craftsman, you wouldn't relate it as much as a carpenter. You're like, yeah, I got to hire a carpenter to put some new cabinets in. But once you understand the level of detail that he's putting into each project, he becomes a craftsman. So we need to think about that in our own business and our own life. Are you a carpenter or are you a craftsman? Okay, in your business and in your life. And there's three words, important words that we all should live by. And in the book, the very first thing he did, and he didn't explain why he did it in the beginning, and then he said at the end what he did, but he handed Michael, Jay, the carpenter, handed him a wooden heart. And he said, I want you to have this because I believe that this here should be a reminder to you the importance of your life, right? Because he had this scare, and I'm not going to give it away. You got to read the book if you want to know it. But he had a scare, and Jay was there to help him. So this was just a reminder for him, right? This wooden heart. He's a carpenter. He's a craftsman. It makes sense to give him a wooden heart, right? So gives him the wooden heart. So now as the book kind of goes, the carpenter is teaching this guy who's hustle, hustle, hustle. I got to get out there and get back to work. I got to do this. We got to build the business. We got to do this. We got to do that. And the carpenter's like, you don't need to do all that. You need to have people. You need to invest people into people. You need to give people the love and attention that they need so they can thrive. And so if you have a team, if you're watching this right now and you're joining us and you have a team, you should be focusing on how to make your team great, how to make them the spotlight for a day, right? Make them feel special, right? And let them know that what they're doing means something to your company, for your mission, for the vision, whatever it is, right? It's not always about being the boss. It's about being the leader maybe, but the leader doesn't necessarily say that I'm the best, okay? So he teaches all of these lessons in here through this story, which is amazing how John Gordon does it. I love how he does it. But basically what he does is throughout all of these different points where they're going through the story, he's teaching him lessons about a certain situation. So like, he's like, oh, well, I'm just so busy. I can't do that because we got to get our next sale or we're going to go out of business. They're trying to land, like in the book, he has a social media company. And it's called Social Connect, I guess. I don't even know if it's a real company. And he's basically saying, if we don't get our next big client, we're going to go out of business. And he was like, don't focus on the big client. Focus on the little clients you have right now, and the big clients will come, right? And focus on really stepping up and serving your team, your employees, and then let them know to serve your customers. And everything will become obvious and it will work. Right? And so that's like the gist. Okay. So if you want to get massive buzz created in your business and you want to go against everyone else, what they're doing out there in the marketing, is just try to be more conscious of your customer or your potential customer. Just like this right here. You guys are, let's call it a potential customer. There's something in the future that you could buy from me, maybe. Not right now. Don't care right now. Right? But we're building a relationship, a connection with each other by doing this. And I have no idea in my head, like what the plan is. Like, am I going to monetize this? Like, that's not even there. It's how can I help and serve you? How can I get you a little bit further so you tell people, right? It's the good old fashioned word of mouth. Word of mouth really still works. Right? Think about the last time that you wanted to hire someone to do a job for you. Maybe hire a carpenter. What are you going to do? I know my wife, she goes on a website. It's a local website and it's for our little community here. And she asks, hey, does anybody recommend any carpenters that they've used in the past? We're looking to get our deck railings redone. Do you know anybody? And then 10 people will come in and go, oh, I used John. I used this one. And then someone else will come in and go, I used John too. He's great. There's nothing better than having that type of marketing, right? And so the more that, and with social media, your message, your word of mouth can spread like crazy, right? It's like a wildfire if you do it right. So if you focus on more of that versus how do I get mass, right? How do I scale this thing quick? If you plant the seeds within your customers as far as the level of customer service or the level of care that you give, then everything else, to me, it just works itself out, right? And so I don't plan like, okay, what's the marketing strategy like a year from now? I don't look that far. I just look at how can I show up and deliver value. Now, do we still need to make money? Absolutely. Am I still making money? Yeah, still making money. And you can do both. But you got to have an element of this in your business and in your life. Because number one, it feels good, right? It feels right. And then from there, it's easy to sell because you're not really selling. Almost people are coming to you and they're like, is there something I can buy from you? Is there any training that you have on that? Is there any type of product that I can buy from you that would help me play guitar better? Like whatever it is, people are going to come to you, right? So if you're building like a content site right now, think about this for a second. If you're building a content site that's delivering value, you're going to get people that are going to recommend the website for that industry. So if you're teaching people how to play guitar and you have really good guitar lessons and you're giving them away for free, and then you have some other ones that might be paid for, or maybe you don't even, maybe your model is, I'm going to give away all of the how-to stuff and I'm going to sell, I don't know, guitar straps, guitar stands, and you're going to be an affiliate for them. Or maybe you're going to sell someone else's digital product, or maybe you're going to sell nothing and you're just going to have AdSense, AdSense, AdThrive, Mediavine, any ad network. Maybe that's the strategy, right? But when you come from a place of giving in your market, I don't see how it can't work. Now, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be thinking about, okay, how do I make money in my business? Of course we should. We need to do that. But if you front load it with really, value is really what we're talking about here. How do you deliver value on a regular basis? How do you show up in your market on a regular basis? And it doesn't have to be you. It could be the content. How does someone say, we need to bookmark this? Oh, we got to share this. That's how the word will spread. And so today, the message that I'm sharing with you, and it's from the book, The Carpenter, is really the hidden marketing formula is just to over deliver, and really give people more value than anyone else is giving, because everyone else is just looking at, how do I market this and how do I make money with this? So if you switch that a little bit, I think you're going to do a lot better. So I wrote the title here to this, hidden marketing formula that creates buzz and endless business. And that hidden marketing formula is really serving the market at a crazy level that most people aren't willing to do, because there's not money in this, right? There's no money in this for me today, but there is goodwill. And goodwill to me is deposits in your bank account. It will come back to you. Might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but it will come back. It could be a recommendation from someone that opens up a door for someone that says, hey, you got to check this blog out. And then you get featured on a major channel, and then boom, you blow up, right? Like, you got to understand that when you put in the effort as far as the value and delivering value to the market, it will come back to you. Okay. It will. You have to believe in that though. All right. So I'm going to share with you, in the book, he gives the wooden heart, and on the wooden heart, he writes 3 words. Okay, 3 words. And he says, Michael, I'm telling you right now, if you live by these words and you embrace these 3 words, you will have an amazing life and an amazing business, and nothing will get in your way, and you'll feel fulfilled. You'll feel awesome. And those words are love, serve, and care. Love, serve, and care. And you might be like, Scott, what do you mean love? How am I going to love my customer? Love on them. I'm loving on you right now. I'm showing up here at 10 a.m. Eastern every single day to love on you, to give you something with no strings attached, right? I'm here to help serve you, right? That's what I'm doing. All right. So the funny story is, I was basically thinking to myself, I'm like, wooden heart, that's awesome. Like, I love the idea of having a wooden heart. The guy's a carpenter. He gives a wooden heart. A wooden heart would be a great reminder for me to have, right? It'd be like awesome, right? And then I got thinking, I'm like, wait a minute. There was a wooden heart that was hanging up inside or in our laundry room. We have a laundry room with some cabinets on the wall, and my wife hung up this wooden heart. It's a little wooden heart. And I remembered it. I'm like, oh, there's that wooden heart. And I go, that's the heart. Actually, it used to somewhat annoy me, to be honest with you, because every time I would open the cabinet, it would rattle. And I'd be like, the thing's cute and all, but do I need a wooden heart hanging down on my cabinet every time I go in and it bangs? So I would hold the heart, open it, and then close it so it didn't rattle, right? Well, that was 3.5 years ago. And then the other morning I go, wait a minute. That wooden heart is on the cabinet. I believe it was there for a reason. And I need to write those 3 words on that heart. I can't make this stuff up, guys. It literally happened. And my wife came out from, that morning, and she said, or I said to her, I go, you're never going to believe what happened. And she's like, what? And I showed her, and she's like, holy cow. Like, that's amazing. Like, it is. That's like just so weird. And so That's what I have here for you. And I wrote it on both sides of the heart. So basically it says love, serve, care. And I wrote it on both sides. Guys, I couldn't make this up. This heart right here was on my cabinet, hung on my cabinet on the knob, hanging there. And every time I would go in that cabinet, the thing would go bang. It would go like this. And I'm like, oh, heart again, right? But now, if I hear that, what am I thinking? It's a trigger. Love, serve, care. So there it is. There it is. So if you don't have one of these, you might want to get one of these. The Carpenter gave it to you. Scott gave it to you, right? Like, this is a great reminder that this is where we should operate from. Okay. And I love it that this came to me and I'm able to share it with you guys. And hopefully you guys are thinking to yourself, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write that down and remember that, because it's huge, right? And that doesn't matter if you're going to be dealing with a certain situation coming up. You need to think to yourself, all right, wait a minute here. Love, serve, care. Like, so if you have a team, you should incorporate that message. When we deal with a customer, I want you to say those 3 words: love, serve, care, right? Be compassionate. Listen. What do they want? What do they need? And help them as best as you can. Now, you're not going to make everybody happy, but if you try to do that in all of your marketing, I don't know how you can lose. I truly do not know how you can lose. So guys, that's my message today. Hopefully that was good for you. Let me go ahead and see if you guys have any comments or questions or anything in the comments. Let's see here. Oh, hey, Amanda, what's up? Good to see you. I appreciate the honor. Old people who work for me, that's including Amy, the people who work on my house or my car. Respect and appreciation is the key. Yeah, it's a great message right there. What are the things to use taught me, Scott, is if you have a gift, you give a gift. Thank you for your inspiration. Thank you for showing up. And yeah, I do believe that. I think we all have a gift. We all have something to give. And if it's in your business right now, focus on that. If you're a great writer, write. If you're not, worried about being on camera, get on camera. Like, this world needs you. It needs you to write content maybe, or maybe it needs you to go through this next 2 years of building your brand that might not be your ultimate brand, but it's going to teach you the skill set and the life lessons to where you're going to go. So just always understand that. So we should focus, love, share, and care. Yes. Love. Yes. You want to love, serve, and care. Okay. Love, serve, and care. It's like putting money in your spiritual account. Yes. It's a goodwill bank, I believe. Right now, if you promote, right now, if I came on here right now, tomorrow, and I opened up with a little bit of like me doing my normal stuff, and then I mentioned something that I am going to be offering for sale, I don't believe, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't believe you guys would be like, oh, there, Scott showed up for 49 days and now he's trying to pitch me something. He's a jerk. No, because I would do it in a cool way, right? Like, you could, but are you going to deplete some of that goodwill? Maybe a little bit, but if you do it right, I don't even think you're going to deplete it. But yes, you could cash in your goodwill a little bit, but you stack it up, right? And then you pick the times that you want to promote. But the promotion, hopefully, is there to serve your market in what they might need. And it's not for everyone, maybe. You just can't be pushy. Okay, so Karen, love the idea to focus on customers I already have. Content and videos should be directed towards them, not to the ones I hope to get. Yes. Yes. Right? Like right now, I'm here with you guys. I'm not worrying about new people right now. Do I want you to share it with people and you invite people through the word of mouth thing? Absolutely. I would love that because those are the right people. But right now, I'm just loving on you guys, right? I don't care if there's 5 people here. I'm going to love on you, right? I'm going to serve you and I'm going to care about you because I want the best for other people, right? That want it, right? Now, if I was forcing you here and I'm like, you got to be here, you got to sit here for an hour, you don't have to stay here, right? Like if you don't like it, you don't have to stay, right? So there's no push, but if you like it, stay and invite more people. But I'm going to love on the people that I can serve. And I think that's coming from a great place. Mike, yeah, very cool story. It is. Meninder, that's a great message. Yeah. Wooden heart, love, serve, care. Yep. Awesome. Yep. The wooden heart can be rock your brand slogan. Yeah, it could, right? It totally could. What's up, Mark? Good to have you, man. Good morning. The rest of the group from Portland, Oregon. Let's see. Okay, cool. So we got those. All right. And so that's going to pretty much wrap up this little coffee talk this morning. Tomorrow, let me tell you what's up for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit more of some, a little bit of a strategy session, I guess you could call it. I'm going to share with you an email subject line that I used the other day that worked amazing, and it's worked so many other times. I'm going to share it with you. Very simple, very powerful, and I'm going to tell you how to use it, when to use it, and we'll talk about the psychology that goes behind it and also why I decided to use it. All right. So I'll share all of that with you guys tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be a little bit about email because it's an email subject line, but this will also work in ad copy if you were going to write any of that, or, maybe a social post or any of that stuff. So I'll be sharing that tomorrow. So make sure that you set your little notification to come back here on our coffee talks. Tomorrow is going to be also session 50 of our coffee talk. So that's a little bit of a celebration. So that will be session 50. And then the other thing I wanted to say is, before we wrap up here, and I don't know if I have this in my little queue here for banners. Oh, I do. Look at that. Rock Your Brand podcast. It is official. Monday was the big day, and we are doing a major contest, guys. A major contest. I'm going to give away over $2,000 in prizes. I'm also going to give away a 30-minute coaching call with me, one-on-one, where we can sit down and we can go through anything you want to for 30 minutes. You'll have my attention, for 30 minutes, and I'll be working with you. So all you need to do is go to rockyourbrandpodcast.com. That'll take you to our contest page, and you will put your name and email address in there. The other cool thing is, to help us spread the word about the podcast relaunch, is we are also incentivizing people that want to share it. And so if you are sharing it on Instagram or following us on Instagram, you will get some more entries. If you subscribe on YouTube, you'll get some more entries. So that'll be done after you enter your name and email address, and you'll have more options to do that. All right. So if you're interested, head on over to rockyourbrandpodcast.com. And today's episode also, by the way, on the Rock Your Brand podcast, was the official first episode of the relaunch. All right. And it goes through what to expect, the 2.0 version of the podcast, and all of the cool things that we have planned moving forward. And the new intro is also there on that video. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can just go right here and I'll pop it up, and you can, after this is live, of course, and you can see that podcast episode. And then also, if you are also on YouTube, we're going to put the Coffee Talk playlist in the description, and we'll put it right there, as long as I can put another card here after the fact. So that's where the Coffee Talk playlist will be. All right, guys. So rockyourbrandpodcast.com. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me again this morning. I will be back tomorrow morning. Again, same place, same time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I will say this too. One last thing. Next week, I will be at my lake house. So I will be coming to you from my lake house, which is about an hour from here. We're going to be there for about 4 days. So it's going to be a different place and a different vibe. And you guys will be there with me. So looking forward to showing you around. So guys, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action. Now go rock your brand. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.